Dr. Randall, the Soul Doctor, author of Soul Doctoring, Heal Yourself, Heal the Planet, shares her 40 years of experience as a cross-cultural practitioner, medical futurist, and expert in 20 different modalities of healing, along with amazing interviews with some of the leading minds in medicine and big thinkers in all walks of life. The stories of our lives are the woven energies of our soul's paths. They feed and ignite the spiritual light that nourishes the universal soul, the one mind, the cosmic consciousness where we all come together. This podcast is going to be a deep dive into the personal stories of people who have made significant contributions to the planet. What formed them? What moved them to become these leaders and innovators that inspire us so? This is weird. I can't see on my end whether it's recording or not. Are we recording? It says so on your end?
Mm-hmm. Top right corner.
Yeah, I can't even see it on my side.
Why'd you zap us out?
What?
He zapped us out, so I can't see myself.
Yeah, perfect. Everything's great.
Okay. You're just saying that so you can leave.
Nah, he just wants to stare at his conceited ass.
There you go.
Guys, give me a second. This is the first time I've ever done it with an iPad. It's like making love with a zebra for the first time.
Sexy chocolate, baby. What's that?
Okay, are you sure? Are you sure we're recording, AJ?
Oh, shit.
AJ,
Oh, it's missing out.
are you sure
I didn't even know.
Are you sure we're recording?
Yeah.
Okay, let's start then.
Recording in the top right.
All right, let's start.
What? They're my favorite glasses.
I didn't even know it was missing.
Those are the ones I took to Cartier.
That's how it is with a son. Hey.
We can't fix them.
Okay, let me start. I want to welcome you guys. I want to welcome the father-son team. Okay, no talking in school. Okay, start over. I want to welcome the father-son team, Antonio and AJ Mckee. The key to success, as I understand it. Antonio is the winningest Bellator coach. I'm honored to have him on. I'm honored to have AJ on. No defeats so far. 17, right? How many?
Yes, ma'am. 17 with 11 finishes.
Who's the next? Who's your next opponent?
Either Emmanuel Sanchez or Patricio Pitbull.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find it, because it gave me both and I couldn't pick one. Okay, so whoever wins that match will come to you. Right? And when is that?
They haven't set a date, so it's kind of up in the air at the moment.
Well, it's very exciting. Wait to see what happens there. You guys fought together. Well, first of all, I'm going to start with Antonio, because he's the father, and we respect the father first. He's the one that started all this and started you as a young boy fighting. What got you into fighting, Antonio?
I needed to make some money and collect rent. So I would go fight in the streets for money and collect money from drug dealers.
Wow. So
I got good at it.
And then you don't want to lose those because they'll kill you, right?
Nah, I can't say that over this interview. I don't want nobody coming back and getting me for something from the past. But yeah, it was interesting, rough life.
The past is the past, right?
Of course.
The past is the past, so we don't want that. So where did it go from that? From street fighting?
It went from street fighting to wrestling, and then from street fighting to boxing, and then to wrestling, and then
because you were a pretty good featherweight boxer, weren't you?
No, I just did it as on an amateur circuit. I didn't really do a lot of punching in the head. They wouldn't allow that at such a young age.
I see.
But as I got older, it was easier for me to cross over into wrestling because I was more aggressive. It was more like, more intense. And I was an adrenaline junkie. So one thing led to another. I grabbed a couple of state championship titles, went undefeated for 5 years, and decided to go make some money and started a pager business. And I made some good money in multiple locations And then I was watching TV one day and saw this fighting, this UFC, and I was like, wow, I think I can do that. Made a phone call, called up some friends. They were like, yeah, come down, try it out.
How old were you then?
I was 30.
Mm-hmm.
So I went down, tried it out, did pretty good. They said come back the next day and train with the pros, and went and trained with the pros. Had some success there, and then from that point on, I knew I could out wrestle everybody. So I just went I went that way with it, and did pretty good. I had one of the longest winning streaks in MMA history.
Wow. What was that?
I think it was like 8 years.
Wow.
I think AJ is currently on his 5th year.
I got 3 more.
So far, he hasn't been breaking any of Pop's records, but he's way more entertaining fighter than I was. And he makes way more money than me. I think he makes more money in one fight than I made in all mine.
And why is he more entertaining?
Well, I realized what they want. So his style, he wasn't really taught a style.
Mm-hmm.
He was just, showed a bunch of stuff, and then he goes out and does whatever he wants to do. And then that became a technique, and it's very exciting to watch.
So he has his own spin on it.
Yeah, it's natural for him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's natural for him to do what he does, but I wasn't the kind of dad that made him do it my way. I let him do it his way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I am with most of my fighters. I let them do it the way they want to do it, because that's another way of doing it.
Right. Then they develop their own style.
Right. But then the technique is similar to what it takes to win. He just put swag to it.
I saw you guys on a YouTube. I was watching to study you before we did this, where you were sparring was it last year? You both guys fought on the same platform?
Mm-hmm.
And you did? Yeah. Tell me about that.
So I had brought the idea to Bellator probably a few years back, and they ended up taking the idea. They went overseas and did it, but it wasn't the same. So when we actually got to do it in our hometown in LA, and it being at the Forum, it was just a big deal, I think that was probably one of the most iconic moments of my career. Even
it was amazing just watching you guys.
Were you there?
No, but I watched the films and things from there.
Oh.
So yeah, it was just that was a big part. I'd say that was one of my favorite moments. I'd say even over getting a belt. You know what I mean? Belts are gonna be there; they're gonna come and go. But to be able to fight with your father on the line on your father's side, I think that was just like a big piece to me.
That's huge.
I think we should do it again. Run it back.
Yeah,
I'm waiting. We can do that.
I need to go fight Chris Brennan.
So tell me about your tag names, you guys. How do you get a tag name? I noticed everybody has one. That Antonio, you were the Mandingo. Where'd that come from?
We call him the Godfather now.
Yeah, I changed my Mandingo name because I'm not a sex symbol anymore. I'm not a sex slave. I changed up my life, gave my life to the Lord, and so I changed it to the Godfather now because I'm always talking about God and I'm everybody's daddy.
I like that. And I noticed that. So you boogie also, right? You boogie with God. You boogie with God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too.
That was cool. I like that. Anyway, tell me more about boogieing.
Boogieing?
Gangsters don't dance, they boogie, right? I have a good memory.
When you're a gangster for God, you catch the Holy Ghost, you get the Spirit.
I like it.
That Spirit hits you, you get the, you ain't no telling what you might do.
I like it very much.
I'm just an open book, having fun, loving life, living for the Creator, and just everything's great. And AJ's the mercenary.
Yeah. How did you get that name, AJ?
So I fuck shit up. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on.
I'm a contract killer, you know what I mean? I sign that contract, I show up, and I do my job. But that's inside the cage. Outside of the cage, I'm also very good hands-on with my arsenal. So the mercenary. If I wasn't fighting, I'd probably be a contract killer or some military guru.
He's being very modest. He's being very modest. He likes beautiful women. He likes to party. He likes fast cars. He likes to live on the edge. He likes to go real fast.
Adrenaline.
So he's kind of like his dad, right? He's kind of like his dad.
I hate to say this, but yes. Yes, it's my fault.
Must be in the blood.
It's in the blood. It's in the blood. Well, tell me what about the $1 million mindset?
The $1 million mindset is, I don't know. It's just my mindset. Since I was a kid, I always had my mind set on $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's my first check. You know what I mean? I know I've made 17 checks, but none of those are real checks to me.
Mm-hmm.
That ticket, you know what I mean? It's a ticket. That's like a golden ticket. It's $1 million. So
where are you gonna go from there?
To 2 mil, and then to 3, and then to 100 eventually.
Yeah, I think you're gonna go much more than that.
Yeah, so it's just that's my first ticket. You know, that's my first write off to myself is $1 million.
That's nice. Was that really you in that picture on Instagram, snowboarding?
Oh yeah, full send all the way.
That was
all
cool.
the way. I'm gonna post
like
a video.
Flying,
later.
and it was right next to the condominiums and stuff.
Yeah, It's kind of crazy the way the picture was took. The houses look further, and then I look like way up here. So it's like,
yeah,
it's a cool angle.
Very cool, very cool. I love it. So, what do you really like when you go in the ring? Tell me, what is your real mindset? Kill
or be killed.
So do you have emotion or no emotion?
I would say yeah. I'm a very emotional fighter. I think that's why I'm gifted the way that I am.
Mm-hmm.
When I go in there, it's my mind goes blank and I become someone else. You know what I mean? It's even like me. When I look in my eyes, it don't look like me.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's someone different in there. But when I'm in there,
so you do change. You change.
Oh, for sure. My mindset definitely switches. It's literally kill or be killed. I'm trying to break arms, choke people out. Like I'm literally trying to kill this person that's across from me. I'm trying to take them out. You know what I mean? I want them out of there as fast as possible, however that arises. So
that Mckee was dope, man. That was unbelievable. I couldn't
I've
believe
been doing
what
that
you did
since I was a kid. I've been doing that one since I was a kid. My dad used to hate that move.
I thought he taught you it. What is that guy, Darian Caldwell?
Hardwell.
Hardwell. He just tapped out. You know, he's like, I'm
done.
Like
he's about to rip his back off.
He modified it with the leg triangle. It's usually a move. My coach used to get mad at me for doing it because you give up near fall.
Yeah, wrestling, it's like a roll. You can roll them through, but if you get stuck on your back, you're stuck. And wrestlers will kind of give you the arm and just be stuck there. So then he started rolling people with it. He put the leg inside and roll people. But me being long, I knew I could lock up the body triangle. That's why I locked up the body triangle first, played off the hip, and then shot the underhook. Because I knew at that point he couldn't go anywhere. Even if he rolled, you know, my legs were already triangled. He couldn't really roll. He'd just fall to the side.
Those long legs.
Yeah, create more torque on the body.
Mm-hmm. That was something. So you guys have certain planned moves if you get in a certain situation, I guess,
Yeah.
I got this planned move for you.
Yeah, what's that?
It's about that zebra you were talking about.
What would you say if I told you I've ridden horses with zebras before? I mean, like right alongside them in Africa.
You never rode on a Mandingo, though.
No, I have not. I don't.
No, I'm just being funny.
I know. So tell me, what is your ultimate, AJ? What I mean, I know you want to win. I know you're going to win. I know you're going to, advance. But
100 mil per fight.
But what are you really going for other than the money?
Shit, change my kids' life. When my kids grow up, they ain't got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? Their mortgage is paid. Their house is paid.
Nice.
Yeah, just like if all the bills are paid, you know what I mean? I don't want my kids to have to work, you know what I mean? I want them to enjoy what they do. I want them to be passionate and love what they do. There's been a point in my career where I had to fight, even when I didn't want to fight. You know, bills got to get paid. I got to do this. I got to do that. So for me, it was finding the fun back in what I love to do and just knowing my calling at that point, you know, and knowing what I gotta go do. So for me, in the end, I don't want my kids to have that option. I don't want my little brother to have that option. Oh, I got to go do this. Like, you don't want to work. He shouldn't have to work. You know what I mean? But obviously his lifestyle and the way he'll grow up, he's going to want to do something. And whatever he picks, like they're going to have that motivation, that drive, you know, because they've had the platform already kind of set out in front of them. Look, this is what your brother did. This is what your dad did. This is what your grandpa did. We've built this empire from the ground up. So for y'all to go do whatever y'all want, I mean, the platform, you know what I mean? The seed's already been watered, you know, it's just growing now. So
what's your end point? I mean, you know, you're not going to fight forever. You're going to teach, you're going to, like your dad does, or?
I don't know. I like the Floyd lifestyle.
What's that?
I said, I like the Floyd lifestyle. You make 100 mil per fight, beat people up, and beat up YouTubers. You know what I mean? You ain't even got to fight no more. That's the cost of being the best. You know what I mean? You get to pick and choose what bouts you want, who you fight, what your check is. So I think that's a big key in the motivation for me right now is being able to get through this tournament, have $1 million, and go sit down and be like, all right, well, what's next? You know?
Yeah.
And at that point, being undefeated is a lot of leverage. Yes. Especially with the accolades, the finishes, just everything that comes with the 18-0 after the tournament.
So, Antonio, how many little fighters you got coming up there in your family?
Sheesh.
Everybody's got to fight. It's part of the Mckee tradition. It's part of the blood.
Life is a fight.
You know?
Yeah, it's true. Believe me, I know. I've had my own fights. You wouldn't think it, but I won't even go into it. But how many actual little fighters you got? How many kids?
I have, my daughter should have fought, but I just didn't want her doing it at the time. But she was really good. She's like AJ, was striking. But I have another son that's 3 years old who's just already fighting. He's already going at it.
Arm bars.
I saw pictures of that.
Guillotine. Yeah, he does it. He was fighting Rampage yesterday, beating Rampage up.
I'm going to post that online. I'm going to post it online today.
Awesome. That's great. Well, it must fill you with a lot of satisfaction, Antonio, to see AJ succeed the way he does.
Yeah, it feels good to see my genes doing it better than me. And now, you know, it's like all that hard work for me paid off, being a responsible dad. And that's what I try to tell people, like, maybe the cards weren't laid out for me to be that guy, but if they were, maybe I wouldn't have been the father that I would have been, you know? So I think at the end of the day, if you look at family and the values and what's more important, I think God has a way of making sure that it all works out right in the end anyway.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't regret anything. I'm glad I was the way I was and did the things that I did because it gave me the knowledge and experience that I have today. And I'm able to teach it from all angles. You know, I train a lot of celebrity fighters. It's not just AJ, but I believe all those fighters combined, it gave me a better understanding to help him with his career.
Fabulous. Well, I just love you guys, and I'm like a real fan now. So I'll be watching, and we'll do this again after.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm gonna go put Pitbull on a leash. Take him to the pound for being a little bad dog.
And I'm gonna go see if I can find that zebra you were talking about.
Okay, I love you guys.
All right, you take care. Thank you for the interview.
Bye. This is Dr. Gail Randall from Soul Stories and author of Soul Doctoring, Heal Yourself, Heal the Planet. I want to thank Saltology, our sponsor, at bathsalt.com, which fits perfectly into my medicine bag as it, like me, calls upon the ancient wisdom and modern technology to heal, especially with the stresses and ills of our modern times. The Bokak brand uses organic salts combined with organic essential oils sourced from ancient Egypt to provide a perfect remedy for your bathing ritual and healing from modern stresses. The Relief RX brand is a unique one-of-a-kind healing salt that uses organic CBD, treated with a unique emulsification process to create nanoparticles which easily enter the skin to most effectively heal and relieve aching muscles and joints. Whether from chronic inflammation or just a rough workout, this is the perfect healing bath, especially when you add the organic essential oils of neroli, lavender, eucalyptus, or grapefruit. Your body, mind, and soul will be lifted and soothed like never before. Go now to bathsalt.com. I also want to give special thanks to Larry Antonino and Agora Borealis Recording Studio for music and score, and also to closetotheearth.com for IT and computer assistance.